What's up, Arizona? You're watching 12 Sports tonight on 12+. I'm Cameron Cox. We're going to catch up with the rest of the crew here in just a moment. Every Wednesday night, come hang out with us, right? Talking all things Arizona sports. We're going to tell you the important stories, the ones that matter, and introduce you to people that inspire. This is 12 Sports Tonight, Arizona's OG and longest-running sports show, streaming on 12+. Every Wednesday night during football season, we're going to kick off the show announcing the winner of our Friday Night Fever Game of the Week poll. Look at the X. The voting is done. Can't vote anymore. Winners coming up in just a moment. 3 great games to choose from this week. At the top there, battle of unbeaten teams in 3A, Blue Ridge, Valley Christian, right? You got a big old-time rivalry in Arizona. Chaparral at Saguaro. Chap coming off a Week 1 win with a new head coach. Then you got Saguaro that lost to Desert Mountain, but such a great game to open the season. And then at the bottom there, the Tukey Bowl. Mountain Point at Desert Vista. Thank you to everyone that voted this week. It came down to the wire, the final minutes. And the winner is... Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Look at that. The 29th Tukey Bowl. We are coming for you this Friday night. Desert Vista hosting Mountain Point, their annual rivalry game, right? Such great history with this game. Of course, DV opened the season with the big-time win over Cesar Chavez, and Mountain Point took care of business against Maricopa after a slow start. The Pride have won the last 3 meetings. Second-year Thunder head coach Jake McSpadden, he's getting that thing rolling out there, already equaling last year's win total. The Pride, of course, led by new head coach John Roberts. The Tukey Bowl going to lead off the show Friday night. Also, speaking of 12news.com, go vote right now for our Hot Shot Play of the Week. Sweet Play of the Week. More on that coming up this Friday night. We got 3 great plays to pick from. Quentin Sims with the pick 6 from Saguaro. Demir Reagan right there. The tip drill interception for Chandler. Little special teams magic here. Pilot Burns flying in to block the punt for Liberty. Voting ends Friday at noon. Winners announced every Friday night on the Fever. We got some exciting news for all of us here at 12 News. If you haven't heard, we got Thursday Night Football streamed live on 12+ all season long. This Thursday, East Mark is going to be hosting Walden Grove, one of the best matchups in 4A all season. 2 good teams. Pre-game show starts at 6:30. Kickoff at 7. Tune in to 12+ every Thursday night for some high school football. Then, of course, join us Friday night for Friday Night Fever. Arizona's longest-running high school football show is back. Highlights, scores, and interviews from all over the state. So be a believer. Catch the Fever Friday night at 11:35.
This was the view for people trying to watch the broadcast of ASU's opener at home. Meanwhile, for people inside the stadium, this was the view. ESPN Plus technical problems were matched by penalty problems for ASU. The 12 that the Sun Devils committed, the most laundry on the field for any Kenny Dillingham coach team. After the game, Kenny took the blame, praised NAU, and promised to fix soon. ASU won ugly and played sloppy in Week 1. Infractions, that added up to a lot more than a fraction of offense.
Offense, number 53.
12 penalties for 93 yards that cost us probably an additional 170 yards.
The most upsetting sequence came on back-to-back plays in the third quarter. Raleek Brown exploded for his second score of the game, only for a penalty on Malik McClain to bring it back. On the very next play, McClain made good on the miscue, but another flag wiped out the explosive.
If you just removed the penalties, this entire sheet is 200 yards different right now.
Dillingham didn't deflect or downplay.
That starts with me. I mean, I'm the end-all, be-all when it comes to stuff like that.
And quarterback Sam Levitt said penalties haven't been common in practice.
A little different when someone's, really fighting to get off a block and make a play on the runner. So just going to go back to work and, get it down. I'm not too worried about it.
Dillingham chalked some of it up to the nuances from NAU.
Offensive schemes, defensive schemes, it's probably one of the worst teams you could ever play Week 1 with how unique they play the game.
The Lumberjacks had ASU not seeing the forest for the trees.
You got to give those guys credit, too. Like, that is some weird stuff in a good way. And it's sound. It's not weird unsound. It's some weird, good stuff.
NAU head coach Brian Wright had a game plan, and it almost worked to perfection.
I believe that he outcoached me tonight, and that's something that I got to look at, and I got to figure out how that doesn't happen again moving forward.
Dillingham compared this win to the win against Texas State last year. He said ugly wins wake people up. ASU will need it after they were caught sleepwalking at times against NAU. In Tempe, Jake Garcia, 12 Sports.
Lena, a couple things. By the way, shout out to NAU. So many local kids on that roster. It's so great to see them perform at such a big-time stage and put up that good of a fight, right? And I thought Kenny was right. Like, there were times NAU was just somewhat better prepared. I bet that meeting room for ASU today was a little loud at times, right?
Well, you know that NAU wants to take it to the defending Big 12 champs.
Sure.
Those local kids wanted to stunt and flex. There was a little talking back and forth on social media, even leading up to this. But NAU, of course, they're going to give ASU its best shot. And shout out to Kenny Dillingham for giving credit where credit is due. He recognized a winner on the other side of the field. And I just want to give a shout out to some of the best things I saw from the ASU
best thing you saw from the opener?
Shout out to Raleek Brown finding the end zone and getting his moment to pop in Tempe. He's been a big, vibrant personality on this team. We've seen him getting loose at Camp T, and he's dealt with some injuries, but fans get to see what he can do under the lights on Saturdays. And even though, again, we didn't get to watch this play on the stream, ESPN's feed cut out, but this is Sam Levitt on 3rd and 4, taking it 52 yards to the house, showing how dynamic he can be. And I think this really helped his Heisman stock. It might not have been a jump off the screen performance, but compared to the likes of, Arch Manning, you see plays like that, and the way he was accurate with the ball, he found his guys, he made some moves. That was exciting to see. The QB's got wheels.
Yeah, it also led to Kyson Brown, too, as well. That combo at running back, he
yeah.
lowered his shoulder
He's
and ran
trucking
somebody
people.
over in the first half. I thought the running game for ASU, losing Cam Scatterboo, great way just to pick it back up and go.
Yeah.
A real quick, best thing I saw, late moment captured by our friends over there at Sun Devil Source. Defensive lineman Anthony Cooper gets his first career interception from Millennium High School. Been around the program since 2019. First seventh-year player in program history. We told you his story and journey at Camp T. First time he'd spoken to reporters since he joined the Sun Devils. Congrats to Coop. Also, I loved seeing the Valley activated, Lena.
Oh, yeah.
It was just so cool to see the sold-out crowd, the student section.
And they
hottest
filled
ticket
it
in
early.
town. Yeah, they got there early. Kudos to you, Sun Devil fans. You asked for a program worth investing in. You got it. And the best part in all of this, Lena, they showed up. They delivered 7 straight home wins out there for the Devils. Awesome to see, right?
Yes, that home field advantage is still going strong. Keep it rolling, Sun Devil Nation.
Here we go. I get your cowbells ready if you got them. ASU travels to Starkville, Mississippi for their first road trip of the season. Mississippi, by the way, beat Southern Miss in week 1. Devils beat the Bulldogs 30-23 in Tempe last season for their first ever win over at SEC school.
How good is Mississippi State?
They're okay, Mark. They're much better than the team that ASU beat last year. Got a lot of transfers. So it should be a tough road game for the Devils. ASU traveling to Mississippi State on Saturday. First road test that it's going to be a loud and annoying game because of this. Mississippi State fans, will they use cowbells all game long?
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
That's right. All right, you hear that? Devils turn up the noise during practice. They got more cowbell. I'm sure you hear that now. Practice the environment. Cowbells ringing throughout the entire practice. All 2.5 hours. Didn't matter where you were on the field. Boom! More cowbell. The sound, obviously, obnoxious, right? But head coach Kenny Dillingham respects the cowbell.
When you think of Mississippi State and Starkville, it's an unbelievable college town. They got unbelievable atmosphere, right? Fans are awesome. They're all in.
Honestly, I like it. It kind of reminds me of high school football. So just get some juice going and preparing us for the game.
I wouldn't say it was hard to communicate, just really annoying.
Only time it bugged me was when they were doing it in the center's ear and he couldn't hear me do the cadence. They were just doing it like right next to his ear, so I was like, that's not realistic.
I think they're trying to make it just like white noise.
We're just trying to simulate the passion of that city and that place, and it's awesome.
What do you think of the cowbell?
That would drive me.
Like, could you do this whole show with this? Like, people just not.
Can you imagine
That's what
that
it sound like.
with crowd noise?
And probably like 10, 20, 50, 100 times worse. The
Yeah.
whole game.
The whole
That's
game.
all they're going to hear.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Kareem Davis.
Just
She's not going to the
turn
game.
It off already. Turn it off already.
Yeah, she's already over.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Cam, thank you.
Oh, they turned it off. Look,
They did.
In Saturday's win over NAU, Shimon Mateer had 1 catch. Says he's not worried about stat chasing, though. As 12-Sports journalist Jake Garcia reports, he's playing for a much bigger purpose in mind.
There's something serene about a senior season, a football player in his final year. ASU tight end Shimon Mateer enters 2025 armed with acceptance, experience, and purpose. He knows he's playing for a cause bigger than himself.
The guys that's next to me, I just look left and right before every play to know, look at the guys I'm going to war with, and, I know they got my back, I got their back.
Even though being selfish could garner a bigger spotlight.
I'm more of a team player than an individual player, so I'm not really big on accolades. If they come, they come.
Mateer's goal this year is as straightforward as his path to the end zone. Honor those who came before, highlight those still to come. That starts with his current teammates.
As a group, I think the tight end set the foundation of the team.
ASU hasn't had a tight end drafted to the NFL in almost 20 years. Mateer thinks not only will he end the drought, but he'll start a streak.
I feel like I've set the foundation of the standard in the room, and I'm going to continue to elevate it as much as I can. I have a dynamic partner next to me in Cameron Cox that doesn't get enough recognition. Their name may not be heard a lot, like Colson Aarons and James Giggy. I promise you, those two guys is making this team better today.
Elevating the unsung heroes has always been Mateer's mantra. It traces back to his days at Cincinnati. Mateer was buried on the depth chart.
Back against the wall, it's just about competition. Are you going to lay down or are you going to show up and fight every day?
That advice came from a fellow teammate on the bench.
He wasn't a guy that was a starter. He wasn't a guy that was like the main focus of the defense, but he was a guy that was an energy guy. It's a multiplier, not a divider,
Dominique Perry was powerful in more ways than one.
Bearcats scoop it up. Dominique Perry takes it in.
He became one of the strongest guys on our team, the most vocal guy on our team. Like, he let people know that he wasn't backing down. He always showed up to competition, and I think that just fed off of me.
Fed off to the point where Mateer was fed up with mediocrity. His stock has skyrocketed since coming to ASU. But this offseason, Mateer lost the source and soul of his inspiration.
Definitely had a setback. My mind was very gone.
Perry passed away in March.
Probably cried for like a week straight. Ended up flying to Baltimore to go be out there for him.
The celebration of life was more than a one-day ceremony.
Every time I step out, I have a chain with his name on it and his picture behind it, so he's always with me.
For Mateer, it's a season-long mission.
I see red every time I'm on the field now. It's like I'm trying to neutralize the target and make everything just so clear for everybody else.
In the process, things have become clear for himself. Play for Perry.
I still wish he was here with me, but I know he's watching over me, so that's just very important to me.
Play with a purpose.
Make sure I leave my room a better place than the way I found it.
In Tempe, Jake Garcia, 12 Sports.
Wow, what a story.
Yeah, very cool. Jake, thanks a lot. I mean, that just goes to show you playing for something bigger than you is always a special thing. Tough to lose somebody like that, but it's pretty cool to hear him carrying his legacy on with him.
It gives him that motivation. That hunger,
I'm sure
right?
his family is very proud.
Time for Cameron's Crazies. Tonight's edition, they should have aired the game on 12+. Artwork or the ASU football game. Fans very frustrated with the ESPN Plus stream, all right? This is what it looked like most of the second half. Glitchy artwork style pictures or black screen, right? ASU, of course, beat NAU in the opener. I'm sure ESPN guys were just loaded with phone calls and emails like, fix it, right? And Troy, we found the person who was taking those calls and got the feed working in the fourth quarter.
Okay, who is it?
Happy birthday, Mark.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we're still not exactly sure how old MC is.
Well, look at that shirt. That is ASU Rose Bowl shirt.
Well, I was just about to say, as you can tell from the picture, people can do the backwards math from like the late 90s and figure it out. Happy birthday, MC. Thank you for using your house phone, by the way, to fix the broadcast.
My landline.
Yeah, for all the ASU
I did take a lot of calls.
Yeah, you can
couch, too. That's a great day. Happy birthday. Is it your birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. We didn't sing for him or bring candles.
Trying to
bring
hide
It's
it.
okay.
Bring nothing.
You get to a point you don't want to acknowledge it.
Yeah. But the house phone, so good touch, MC. Appreciate you.
Appreciate that.
Check out who stopped by our 12 News studio today. That is Cardinals quarterback Sean Murphy-Bunting. Of course, out this season with a knee injury, but he is staying around the guys, and he wants to help elevate the team any way that he can. He's also getting out of the community. Look at this.
And get in front of the green screen.
Green screen, doing some weather. You'll see him throughout the season here on 12. We go behind the scenes with SMB. Sean Murphy-Bunting, our insider. We know, obviously, you're out for the year, but it's been really cool to see you around the team. I guess just how meaningful is it for, obviously, the injury you don't want the injury to happen, but to still be around the team, to still be with the guys. What's that like?
Yeah, it's been a different experience. Just being able to be around the guys on a day-to-day basis in a different form, as an extension of a coach, as you will. But it's been really cool, Obviously, it's not what I wanted or what anybody wanted of that aspect, but it's been a different, eye-opening experience for me to say the least.
When did you make that commitment? Like, there's some injured guys that aren't around the team a lot. When did you be like, hey, I want to be there, I want to try and help, and as you kind of phrased it, coach in a sense?
Yeah, I mean, it took, it took some time. Obviously, I was upset and I was down about it for a long time. So it took me, I guess, being around the guys to understand that that's what I needed. Whether they were an O-lineman, a D-lineman, a corner, a safety, they were always talking to me every single morning, making sure I was good.
What have you been able to learn about yourself or even this team taking a step back and having a different perspective throughout training camp and this off season?
Yeah, I've been able to learn, I'm a very impatient person. So that's first off.
Okay.
First step is admitting it, right?
First step is always admitting it. The most grateful part about it all is being able to still have a smile on my face and being able to be available for the people in the community that I can be for.
The cornerbacks have been kind of the talk of the town in terms of the competition and, of course, the adversity that these guys are dealing with, yourself included. What do you make of the competition and how the 53-man shook out in terms of that position?
Yeah, healthy competition. I think that every guy showed up. From what I saw in training camp, each day they got better. I got to see guys make plays. I got to see Garrett, transition from being in the slot mainly to being able to go back outside. Me personally, I've done that in my career, so I know what the difficulties lie in that. Ever since I've been around him, he's been nothing but a pro. The way that he attacks the game, the way that he attacks the classroom and learning the X's and O's of it. I can't tell you how many players I've been around that are like Garrett in the aspect of just preparation, knowing what you have to do, executing that, and then having so much on your plate.
So a young guy who, acts like a 10-year vet,
like
something
a vet.
like that?
And he's my locker neighbor, too, so he tends to creep onto my lawn a little bit with his mess, him and Elijah Jones, so I have to kind of...
Wait, so you're the clean one and they're the messy one?
I wouldn't say I'm the cleanest one, but I feel like I'm one of them.
Let's talk about some other guys in the room, too, as well. What have you seen from Max Melton in his growth?
Max, man, that's another guy that just shows up every day. So I've been around Max ever since he got to the Cardinals. And we sit right next to each other in meetings. He's a savvy guy. He's fast. He can run. He's smart. He can play the ball well. But he just has the instincts and the ability to be able to do literally everything he wants to do. Some things you can teach and some things you can't teach. And he's got things you can't teach.
The intangibles.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's impressive. I saw you talking with Will Johnson, I believe it was in Denver. He came over to the sideline, looked a little frustrated about something during the game. What do you say to him in moments where obviously he's learning and growing too as well, kind of being thrown into the fire?
And what I try to tell the young guys specifically is when you play a position like cornerback, you can't think about what you did 2 plays ago. You can't think about what happened 5 minutes ago. You can't think about the last play that happened. It's a position that you have to keep your mind reset because if you don't, they're gonna find you. He has the tangibles. He shows up just like all the other guys do, and he puts the work in to be great. And I think that for him, it's just, knowing that you're gonna make mistakes, but knowing that it's okay to make a mistake. Just get it corrected and figure it out. And I think he asks the right questions all the time.
How good do you think this defense could be this year?
Man, the sky's the limit. Going from where we were last year, having games where we've played phenomenal and then having other games where it didn't look like it was our best. I think the best thing that we do is disguise rotation and being able to have a camaraderie, like a close-knit team.
Everybody's going to the ball, right?
Everybody's going to the ball. Everybody's, full speed, full throttle through the white. And I think that the best part about it is we all want to do it for each other. We're being accountable. Bringing in the guys that we brought in from the outside source, you're bringing in winners. And I think that's the main thing to really kind of hone in on is we want to win. I really enjoy, being able to see how Mac has gone from being a guy that we brought in last year to now being the leader of the defense along with Buddha, along with JT, along with a lot of these guys that have been around. But they just want to win. And I think that that's the most important thing is knowing what the goal is and then getting to it.
What can you say about Nick Rollis, too? Just what he's been able to do in this position with his youth. Maybe some people who might have underestimated his capabilities at this level. But he seems to be getting that fire in your guys' gut going, and he's been successful in the system.
Yeah, big fan of his. I feel like he always knows what to say at the right time, but at the same time, he's not going to say anything that he doesn't mean. The players, including myself, we feel that, and it's only right, that we follow somebody like that.
You being out on the sidelines for a big matchup between Chandler and Centennial, two blue blood programs here in the Valley. We're, of course, the home of the longest-running high school football show. Just how cool was it to be on the sidelines and to kind of see what Arizona high school football is all about?
Felt like Friday night football.
Yeah.
So it felt like high school
They were getting after it,
football was
weren't they?
back. They were. I seen some chippiness. I was so engaged and locked in because it made me feel, Friday night.
I want to pick your brain on this play. One of our hot shot plays of the week. We want to show this to you. Demir Reagan with an unbelievable pick. Sean, what do you see?
I see a baller. I see him making a play. Shout out Demir.
Yeah.
I see a play that just was made. One hand, concentration.
We're going to slow it down for you right here. Look how many times it's tipped. Bang. Bang.
1, 2, 3.
Oh. 5. That's concentration right there.
That's spatial awareness,
Spatial awareness, concentration.
In the moment when that ball is up in the air like that, does like life slow down?
Does. Everything goes quiet. You can't even hear the.
Really?
I know me personally, I don't even hear the stands, the cheers, the yells. I don't hear anything until you catch it and hit the ground or catch it and get tackled.
Exactly.
Even on the return.
Or sprint the other way.
Yeah, even on the return, I barely hear anything.
It's just like
it's almost like you black out.
Is that kind of crazy?
It's kind of fun.
Well, Sean, you have an open invite to join us all season long.
Love that.
We'll talk a whole bunch of football with you. We'll talk about your guys, too, as well. It's going to be really cool to see how this defense is going to grow. Those young cornerbacks are going to get a chance all season long. And I think it's really neat that you're going to be right there kind of as assistant coach, right? Can we call you coach? No? Not yet?
Nah,
because you're not retired.
Nah. I'm not retired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's more in the tank.
It's way more in the tank.
Is coaching in the future, though?
Coaching is definitely in the future.
Okay, you heard it here first.
That's elevating.
Yeah,
that's elevating players.
I love it.
Elevated.
There we go. Sean Murphy-Bunting here in studio. Sean, we appreciate it, man.
Thank you for having me.
Shout out SMB. He'll be back here with us in a couple weeks, hopefully. And Kyler Murray and the Cardinals hit the road to take on Pinnacle High School product Spencer Rattler and the Saints. The former Pinnacle QB making his 7th career start, looking for his first win. Murray is 2-1 in road openers. 12 Sports, of course, will be there. It's a 10 a.m. kickoff next Sunday, so get your mimosas flowing, and we'll see you back here around this time next week to talk it all through.
Yeah, just get going early. Get it flowing.
Yeah.
Guys, what's going on?
Snake bit again.
Troy, enough's enough, right? I feel so bad for the D-backs. We came in with such high expectations this year, and they really did have a loaded roster to win the World Series. At least get back to the playoffs and contend for a title. But all the injuries, starting pitching, relief pitching, you know what I mean? Of course, then they struggled, and they traded away a lot of talent at the trade deadline. And then last night, another hit to one of their best players that's still left on the team. And this is kind of tough to watch. Their worst fear today, D-backs outfielder Lourdes Gurriel Jr., going to be out for the rest of the year with an ACL tear. It happened last night. Watch him in the back there, non-contact, just trying to get out of the way. His foot gets caught in the turf, and you could see him just grab his knee, went down quickly in a bunch of pain. Teammates concerned. He had to be carted off the field, the All-Star, just coming off really one of the best months of his career. He is the 6th D-backs player to suffer a season-ending injury. He has a $13 million playoff option or player option for next season.
I hurt for him. I could tell he was hurting, and I told him that we're going to be okay, because what we do here is we pick one another up and don't worry about what we're doing. We got you. And it's a very tough time for this team right now. It's one more hit that just keeps coming our way, right? That's why it's painful. And I hurt for the athlete, but at the end of it, we got a job to do. He knows it, and I think the guys are ready to step up for him.
Guys, you just knew it last night. The look on his face, it just was not going to be good. The D-backs, by the way, going to be without 4 top players likely next season. Their best arm, Corbin Burns, who of course
he's still going to be out because he got hurt really early.
Yeah, but he's had Tommy John surgery, so that's a year-plus recovery. So did their 2 best bullpen arms, in A.J. Puck and Justin Martinez. Those guys are scheduled to be back towards midway point of next year, but are they going to be game ready at the midway point of next year? Likely not. And now Gurriel is facing likely a year recovery to get back from all this. Torey Lovullo did say he passed Gurriel today, as he was coming back, into the clubhouse and just saying hello. And that was the one thing that was on his mind was hey, it's a year recovery. And so it's this time next year when guys are, finally fully healthy enough to get out there and play. Can they play at that year mark? Some guys are ready to roll, some guys aren't. So those are 4 top players that they're going to be missing next year. And it's just another blow to the D-backs. It's just tough. Too many injuries. Still in a hunt for a playoff spot, although a long way to go this final month of the year. By the way, this still looks weird. Merrill Kelly, of course, traded to Texas at the deadline. He will not pitch in this series against his former club at his old ballpark. But Kelly admits a reunion this offseason with the D-backs is possible.
The Merrill Kelly memories came rushing back Monday at Chase Field. Kelly had only been gone a month, forced to desert the desert at the trade deadline. It felt like fans were sick without it.
Video tribute on the board and a big wave from the skipper.
And Kelly homesick himself.
I knew how lucky I was to be living and playing at home, but I didn't think I quite grasped how lucky I was until I had to go somewhere else.
Kelly's now playing for the Rangers deep in the heart of Texas, but his heart is still in his hometown.
Where are you going to live? Where are places that we want to eat? Where can I find places for my kids to eat? Here we have all of our spots that we've known forever.
Kelly's family is living a dual residency lifestyle. They travel to Arlington for Rangers home games, then back to Phoenix when the team is on the road. Kelly isn't so lucky, and the sting of falling short with the Snakes still lingers.
I guess disappointment, in the fact that we set out this year thinking that we were going to have the season that we thought we were going to have, and it turned out to not be.
But Kelly's hoping that time heals wounds.
I've talked to the front office tirelessly about being a D-back for life. That was really my plan. That was real. That was genuine. I wanted to be a D-back my whole career.
While Kelly had no control over his fate at the deadline, he gains leverage this offseason. He'll be a free agent, which means his pinpoint command will command a competitive offer.
I've put myself in a position to hopefully have what I hope to be a decent market. So I'm going to have to, make a hard decision as far as business.
The message from Merrill is no hometown discount, no lowball negotiations. The D-backs playing ball would lock in Kelly for the rest of his career.
Coming back and being a D-back is never, ever off the table.
In Phoenix, Jake Garcia, 12 Sports.
That'll do it for us. Thank you so much for watching 12 Sports tonight on 12+. Same time, same place next Wednesday. I'm Cameron Cox. We'll see you right back here Sunday night at 10:30 for 12 Sports Tonight.